In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NHL games happening on February 7, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Pittsburgh Penguins versus New York Rangers. The Pittsburgh Penguins are set to face off against the New York Rangers in a matchup that sees both teams heading in completely opposite directions this season. The Penguins currently hold a 22-24-9 record, and with just 4 wins in their last 10 games, they find themselves struggling near the bottom of the Metropolitan Division with the second worst record. On the other hand, the Rangers are sitting at 26-23-4, having won 2 consecutive games, and are now just a few points shy of securing a wild card spot in the Eastern Conference standings. The Penguins are looking to make a push to climb back up the standings in the Eastern Conference, and this game represents a critical opportunity. Just 2 games ago, they managed to secure a dominant 3-0 win over the Nashville Predators, which seemed to signal the beginning of a potential turnaround. However, their most recent game against the New Jersey Devils ended in disappointment, as they lost in a shootout despite battling back to tie the game with a goal in the third period. The Penguins' struggles were compounded when team captain Sidney Crosby left the game with an upper body injury, leaving his status for this upcoming matchup uncertain. If Crosby is unable to play, the Penguins will face even more challenges on offense, which has been inconsistent this season. Offensively, the Penguins are averaging 2.87 goals per game, which places them just slightly below the league's middle tier. However, their defense has been a major problem throughout the season, as they are allowing an average of 3.47 goals per game. This has led to a defensive ranking of 31st in the league, with many games slipping away due to defensive breakdowns. If Crosby cannot suit up for this game, the Penguins' offensive struggles will only be magnified, and they will have to rely even more heavily on their defense to try to keep the game close. Meanwhile, the New York Rangers are currently in a good run of form, having won 2 consecutive games. 2 games ago, they defeated the Vegas Golden Knights with a solid 4-2 performance, and in their most recent game against the Boston Bruins, they secured a hard-fought 3-2 victory. The Rangers managed to score 2 crucial goals in the third period, sealing the win in a tightly contested battle. Artemi Panarin was particularly instrumental in the victory, contributing offensively with a key goal. The Rangers now shift their focus to an upcoming road game on Saturday against the Columbus Blue Jackets, hoping to continue building momentum in their push for the playoffs. The Rangers are averaging 2.98 goals per game, showing some offensive prowess, although their defense has also had its struggles. They are allowing an average of 3.06 goals per game, which has placed them in the lower half of the league in terms of defensive performance. In their recent wins, the Rangers have relied on timely goals, particularly in the final periods of games, to secure victories. If they are to win this matchup, they will likely need another strong finish and timely scoring to overcome the Penguins' defensive pressure. New York enters this game on a 2-game winning streak, and they are aware that they have a lot of work ahead of them if they want to secure a spot in the playoffs. The Rangers have a solid home record of 14-11-2 this season, while the Penguins have struggled on the road with a 9-14-5 record. Although the Penguins have managed to win 2 of their last 3 games, they have been inconsistent, losing 12 of their last 17 games overall, and their chances of a playoff push are dwindling. Recent history has favored the Rangers in their matchups against the Penguins. Over the last 10 games between these 2 teams, New York holds a 7-2-1 record. The Penguins' defense and goaltending have been consistently poor this season, ranking 31st in goals allowed per game and 29th in shots allowed per game. In contrast, the Rangers' offense has been much stronger recently, having scored 4 or more goals in 6 of their last 10 games. New York ranks 15th in goals per game and 8th in shots per game, giving them a distinct advantage offensively. If the Rangers can continue their strong offensive play, they should be able to outscore the Penguins in this game. It seems unlikely that Sidney Crosby will be able to suit up for the Penguins in this contest, and even if he does, it's unlikely he will be close to 100%. The Rangers, although not an elite offensive team, should not need to score a high number of goals to come out on top in this game. The Penguins are averaging only 2.87 goals per game, and without Crosby in the lineup, their offense will likely struggle even more. While the Rangers have been inconsistent, they are still the stronger team on paper and should be able to capitalize on the Penguins' defensive woes. So the New York Rangers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. As mentioned earlier, the Rangers have been quite effective offensively in recent games. They have scored 4 or more goals in 6 of their last 10 matchups, which has contributed to their recent success. New York ranks 15th in the league in goals per game and 8th in shots per game, showcasing a balanced offensive attack. On the flip side, the Penguins have struggled on both ends of the ice, particularly defensively. They are ranked 31st in goals allowed per game and 29th in shots allowed per game. With these factors in mind, the Rangers are likely to put up several goals in this matchup, and the total for the game will likely go over the projected number. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Islanders versus Winnipeg Jets. The New York Islanders are set to face off against the Winnipeg Jets in what promises to be an exciting matchup, as both teams are looking to build upon their strong seasons. The Islanders, with a current record of 25-21-7, have been on a solid run, securing 8 victories in their last 10 games. As a result, they are only a few points shy of a wild card spot in the highly competitive Eastern Conference. On the other hand, the Winnipeg Jets, with a record of 38-14-3, have been on fire, winning 7 consecutive games, which has helped them secure the best record in the Central Division. The New York Islanders come into this game with a record of 25-21-7 after a hard-fought 2-1 victory over the Vegas Golden Knights in their most recent contest. In this game, the Islanders allowed Vegas to tie things up at 1-1 in the third period, but they quickly responded by scoring again shortly afterward to seal the win. Despite being heavily outshot 34-14, the Islanders managed to prevail, winning 49.1% of the face-offs and going 0-1 on the power play. Before this win, the Islanders suffered a 6-3 defeat to the Florida Panthers, but bounced back with a 3-2 victory over the Tampa Bay Lightning. New York has won 8 of their last 9 games, and they currently hold the 5th spot in the Metropolitan Division standings with 57 points. So far this season, the Islanders have averaged 2.72 goals per game while allowing 2.85 goals against per game. Additionally, they have been somewhat inconsistent on special teams, with a 12% success rate on the power play and a 70.5% penalty kill rate. The Winnipeg Jets, on the other hand, have been dominant this season, boasting a record of 38-14-3. Their most recent performance was a 3-0 shutout victory against the Carolina Hurricanes, where they scored once in each period to secure the win. The Jets outshot Carolina 30-29, although they only won 35.5% of the face-offs. However, their power play was exceptional, converting on 2 of 4 opportunities. Prior to that shutout win, the Jets defeated the Washington Capitals 5-4 and the Boston Bruins 6-2, marking their 7th consecutive victory. With this streak, the Jets now sit atop the Central Division standings with 79 points. Winnipeg has been one of the highest scoring teams in the league, averaging 3.6 goals per game, and they've been solid defensively, allowing just 2.38 goals against per game. Their power play is highly efficient at 33.8%, and their penalty kill is strong at 79.3%. As the Winnipeg Jets enter this game on an impressive 7-game winning streak, they will return home for this matchup, where they have been dominant with a 21-5-3 record. In contrast, the New York Islanders have had a bit of a mixed bag on the road this season, holding a record of 12-10-5. While the Islanders have been somewhat inconsistent throughout the year, they are currently in a strong stretch, having won 11 of their last 14 games. These two teams are undoubtedly 2 of the hottest squads in the NHL, with a combined 16-1-0 record over their last 17 games. Interestingly, the Islanders hold a surprising 8-2 advantage in the last 10 head-to-head matchups against the Jets. However, it's worth noting that the two teams split their meetings last season, with each team claiming 1 win. The Jets, who currently rank first in both goals scored and goals allowed, alongside their impressive 21-5-3 home record, pose a formidable challenge. Given the Islanders' recent form, they are worth considering in the underdog role, as they have been playing some of their best hockey this season, including a recent stretch where they won 8 of their last 10 games against Winnipeg. The Islanders' balanced play on both ends of the ice, especially their improving offense and steady defense, make them a dangerous opponent. However, with the Jets being arguably the best team in the league right now and riding a 7-game win streak, as well as holding a remarkable 21-5-3 record at home. It's difficult to pick against them, especially with their status as one of the most profitable teams in the NHL. Both teams have been playing excellent defense lately, but the Jets have been statistically one of the top teams in the league, especially at home. This will be a critical game for the Islanders, but I still lean towards the Jets to come out on top on Friday night. So the Winnipeg Jets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. With both teams allowing fewer than 2.85 goals per game this season, it's no surprise that the under has hit in 6 of their last 10 head-to-head encounters. In fact, the last 4 meetings in Winnipeg have resulted in a total of only 16 goals scored. For the Islanders, the under has been profitable in 7 of their last 10 games overall, with fewer than 2 goals allowed in 8 of those contests. For the Jets, the under has been a 5-5 split over their past 10 games, with the team allowing just 21 goals during that span. The Islanders, who allow an average of 2.85 goals per game, will look to contain the Jets' high-powered offense, with defensemen like Alexander Romanov, Adam Pelech, and the rest of the defensive core working to create turnovers in their own zone while limiting shots on goal. This should allow goaltender Ilya Sorokin to make key saves when needed. On the other hand, the Jets have been exceptional defensively, allowing only 13 goals in their last 7 games. They will look to shut down the Islanders, who average just 2.72 goals per game. Winnipeg's defensive unit, including Josh Morrissey, Neil Pionk, Dylan DeMilo, and others, will aim to force turnovers in the neutral and defensive zones, with goaltender Connor Hellebuyck likely to shut down any shots the Islanders manage to get off. This game is expected to be a low-scoring affair, as both teams' defenses are likely to control the tempo. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.